I'm Ari.
I'm Colton.
I'm Andrew.
And we are
The Couch Kids.
Yeah!
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome once again to the Die or Pass Level podcast. We are the gaming podcast that remembers, and we're the gaming podcast that always lets ask Brandon at the beginning of every episode. Let's hope he has something ready. I'll say something really long-winded so he prepares something in case he is not ready. Brandon, how are you feeling?
Man, these days I'm just keeping my head above water like that poor boy at the end of Heavy Rain.
That's a deep cut. So, you've been on your book tour. You've been out in these streets peddling the good word of the Minecraft story you crafted. Talk to us a little bit about how that's all been going.
I have no idea. The book industry is very strange. They don't tell you how you're doing it with sales. The book came out a couple weeks ago. IP, carry me. I hope the kids buy the books just based off the name Minecraft alone. I don't know. Kids seem to be liking it. One thing that's most fun they like about it is that every chapter title I have is ingredients that are in the game that you can craft together, and then that recipe makes an item that's featured in the chapter. Kids seem to love that little gamification of the book, but I don't know, man. I have no idea.
Go check out Brandon's book.
It's called Minecraft One Last Quest. It's like one of 22, 23 books in that series. I mean, it's a standalone story, but there are like 22 other books. It's the newest one.
I mean, it's Minecraft, man. If you're going to tie your book and write a story to any IP, that's kind of a good one. It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right, Bran.
I hope you're right, Ray.
I know I am. I think it's time to bring in our guests. I'm just going to go straight into it. We have a really fun group of lads today. That's right. Me and Brandon started our little gaming podcast journey, 3 months ago, something like that. Me and Brandon have worked in animation, Brandon especially. You guys have too, and we'll dive into that a little bit as well. But on my algorithm, I started seeing the Couch Kids, probably because we share a guest in common, our dear sweet Sammy, who we're big fans of here at the podcast. I actually listened to some of the Sammy episode a little earlier today.
We always remember Sammy.
We miss you, Sammy.
Remembering episode.
I'm pointing to the cloud, like the podcast cloud.
Prayers up to Sammy.
I'll always remember meeting Sammy.
Couch Kids, how we doing today?
Woo!
Yo, howdy. Thanks
you
for having us.
so much for having us, guys. We really appreciate it.
Of course, man. Yeah, ever since I saw some of your posts and your deep talks about Kingdom Hearts, sometimes sober, sometimes not, always great. I thought, man, these guys needed to get on this podcast.
Dude, we're honored. What's a standout? What was one of the first ones you saw? I'm curious. What breached your algorithm?
Test.
I know. Yeah. So,
I think it was just the drunk history, Kingdom Hearts. And me and Brandon have this shtick on this podcast. I didn't know I loved Kingdom Hearts as much as I do until I started a podcast.
I didn't know anyone loved Kingdom Hearts.
guys,
Again,
it's
it
a
kind of goes in
secret
Sonic
thing that everyone actually loves it. I don't think that they realize what they're sitting on. Everyone fucking loves Kingdom Hearts. Celebrities love Kingdom Hearts.
I just want to chime in and say, do we love it, or is it more of like a Stockholm syndrome? Like,
Actually,
like
Ari,
we're forced to like it because
Ari,
we can't explain.
Ari doesn't know that he loves it yet, and I think this is what a lot of people are experiencing it, right? It's like within his heart, right?
I would say this sounds like manipulation, but
You say manipulation, we say
Door to dark.
may the light be your guiding key. So
That's what we say.
Okay, hold on. As someone who's never played this game, is this like the Sonic thing where it's like, do people love this game for real? Or is it like the memification of like, oh no, it's like Garfield. Like, we love it, but like, what is this?
I'm surprised how passionate people are for that franchise. It's wild. To me, it's like anime where it was like 10 years ago, you were ashamed to like this. And now you're cool for liking Kingdom Hearts. I think we should still bring on the shame. You should not like Kingdom Hearts.
A little context for your listeners is that the reason the whole drunk history of Kingdom Hearts thing kind of came about in general is because like I've been a big fan of Kingdom Hearts forever. And Andrew, he was like, I played it, but I never beat it. You know, like maybe I should really try it. Within the course of, I want to say 6 months, played every single game in chronological order. I'd be like working and I would get a call being like, what the fuck does Xehanort mean when he says that? You know what I mean? Like I'd just be like getting these like calls of trying to piece together. And he's like, I love the bullshit. You know what I mean? So we would like breach containment on the pod and start talking about it. And Ari is someone who like has no context of this game. What we discovered too is that when you try to explain this game to people, you just sound batshit insane. And I think that that's like kind of part of what the drunk history has become, is our attempt at like creating a safe space to explain it to a friend who has no context.
No choice.
And no choice. Yeah, it is a little bit of a prisoner situation.
As a player, playing through it, you also feel insane. And I also think that that's part of it, is like, at some point, this is going to make sense and I will be rewarded. And so far, I haven't, but I will be rewarded. There's bugs now and there's time travel and it's going to make sense and I will be rewarded with answers, but I haven't yet, but I will be.
It's funny because like Ray was like, oh man, this trailer, dude. Watch this Kingdom Hearts trailer, dude. This is Donald Duck and Goofy playing support. What the fuck am I watching?
Cinematic
I'm
gold.
getting emotional about this. What the hell is this game?
I still to this day hold that the opening for Kingdom Hearts 2, the Sanctuary music video, is some of the most beautiful CGI in video game history. It's like telling the entire story.
Every opening that they do, it like somehow transcends time and holds up. Sora climbing the staircase while Riku is going down. You know, it's beautiful and it doesn't get enough credit.
I do appreciate that. Holy shit. This was allowed to exist. What?
We haven't even gotten to it yet, but there's one game where Mickey Mouse is choke slammed against a wall by the bad guy. They were so scared of how Mickey Mouse was handled in the first game that they only allowed him to be a cameo at the end, right? They were like, well, just fuck it. We'll just make him a cameo at the end. Like, you'll see his, like, cut to like 7 games later. Like, oh yeah, just let Nomura do whatever. So he choke slams him against the ground.
Not any of the characters, Tetsuya Nomura, the human, who was just like,
It wasn't Pete. It was serious business.
You could not make this game today, right?
No,
no
like,
shot.
There's
no way.
And they're not making it. For the record, they're not making it.
Everyone is begging me, please just get to business, make Kingdom Hearts 4. And they're like, nah, actually, I don't think so. Maybe another remake of a Dragon Quest game.
I appreciate your guys' appreciation for the franchise. I'm a big fan myself. We can talk about this for ever and ever, but I don't think Brandon would love that. So I'd love to talk about our video game nostalgia and our gaming past. But before we jump into the time machine, I want to know what started Couch Kids. How did the podcast come to fruition, and how's it going, and what can we expect in the future?
I'm Ari.
I'm Colton.
I'm Andrew.
And we are
the Couch Kids.
Yeah.
We rehearsed that.
Yeah.
It went way better.
Yeah.
If you ever listen to an episode, it's just us rambling, and it came from us just talking and being like, man, we have a lot of fun hanging out with each other and just doing bits.
We're hilarious.
We're hilarious. What if we invested $400 worth of audio equipment while we talk?
Well, at first it didn't start that way.
No, yeah. So we all worked together at an animation studio, and that's kind of where we became friends. We were always joking with the idea of like, what if we just recorded a podcast and like never released it? And the joke kind of spiraled out to where we had like 10 or 20 like episodes recorded. We kept telling people like, oh guys, the pod's gonna drop any day now.
Pandemic hit, and then we were like, okay, now we can't do this.
We literally can't.
We like truly recorded 20 episodes.
Yeah.
And it really was just a way for us to hang out. It was just a timed excuse for us to meet up on Sundays.
A court-ordered meet-up, record. And we saved it all. Oh, yeah.
Okay,
sorry, we have a pizza guy here.
Bring him in. Pizza guy. Introducing Pizza guy. Do me a favor and ask him what his favorite video game is of all time.
Ask him what his favorite video game is. The guy pulled a knife on him. Oh, he's asking. He just walked away. He didn't even answer him. He didn't even answer him.
Okay.
After pandemic limitations came off, we just started to meet up and we're like, we should actually start doing this. It started pretty like low stakes, but we just kept getting like more and more serious about it. Serious in the sense of just like wanting to do more, elevating the artwork and the cohesiveness of it.
Dude, if I can interject and just chime in on that, man, your guys' intro is sick. It's like cinematography, man.
That's this guy.
Thank you.
Andrew.
That's this guy, Andrew.
Very impressive.
You almost got it wrong.
Yeah. Andrew has a film background, so he has a lot of like cameras and stuff. He has a good eye for that.
It's the same story as Colton, where I was like, I graduated from film school and I was like, I need film equipment. It's been sitting dusty, and I was like, I guess I'll use it for my podcast.
Brandon tells me that one of you are in Q-Bomb Band. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's me.
Dude, no way. I'm a fan. I actually listened to Q-Bomb and
God.
I compose music. There was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles thing I was testing for. I referenced your guys' mix just because I wanted that kind of audio quality for what I did. And man, big fan of Q-Bomb.
That's very kind. Thank you so much. I'm gonna pass that along to the rest of the band.
Somewhere Gene right now is popped up and you're like, someone's talking about me? Someone's talking about me.
I think you're actually 100% correct.
What a small world. Thank you so much for that.
I also wanted to ask, was there any rhyme or reason to the designation of the Couch Kid colors?
I think we like designated our colors for like our cartoon characters. It's like red, blue, and green. And we really wanted to lean into the poppy cartooniness of it, since that's like our background. It's kids animation. We didn't want like a super sleek, elegant, monochromatic. We wanted it to be vivid and saturated and stuff.
Right.
It's supposed to stay pretty playful.
The podcast, the energy, it's all very playful, and the branding, all that, it speaks very much to the vibe that you guys provide. So kudos on that, man.
A lot of it too, we always like credit Andrew is doing a ton of work on the back end to make it.
Yes. Big shout out to our editor Clem, who does all the podcast editing. She's like our audio editor. So.
And now we've expanded. We have Robin too. So shout out to Robin.
We have a video editor for our Let's Plays. Robin.
Trying to do more of those. So.
I'm trying to get like you guys. Yeah.
Just doing everything.
I was gonna say you guys do a crazy amount of it. It must be stupid amount of editing. I see like between all the socials and then the episodes themselves, it's all edited so flowy and like
Ray, you blushing?
Yeah,
blushing,
thanks
Ray?
guys. Yeah, it's just hot in here. All right, the shed doesn't have the air conditioner installed yet.
It's crazy. It's actually the coldest day in LA it's been in months.
Shut up, Andrew.
I know how much like work that is.
Yeah, and it's like I think the bottom line is that like this doesn't feel like a second job. It's like we're hanging out. We happen to hit record. It's affected us so much to where we'll be hanging out non-podcast, and someone will say something funny and be like, "Just save that for the pod, please. Don't come on, too funny." Yeah,
we moderate ourselves in the off time.
Save it for the pod. I mean, that seems pretty common. Yeah, I'll get really riled up talking about video games with buddies that are booked to be guests in a couple of weeks. I'm just like, no.
But this
don't touch that.
Could be content, yeah.
Could be content.
Please.
I was about to pop my tokens into the time machine, if you guys don't mind. Everyone grab your tokens.
Whoa!
The first question I like to ask our guests is, what is one of your fondest video game memories? And you guys can all tackle it one at a time if you'd like.
First one that comes to mind is, I don't know why this is the one, but it's playing BioShock Infinite's campaign. I love that game so much, and I think it was like the first time I had played a video game campaign, especially like a first-person shooter, where it had this like cerebral, really fun twist of a story to it. I remember like skipping dinner because I was like at the climax of that game, and like how it tied in with BioShock 1 and 2. My mom came in, she's like, "Are you gonna have dinner?" I was like, "No!" Like, it's so huge. It like fucked me up, and I was like, oh my god, they're not just fun, they're like big stories. And
then she said, "Would you kindly come to dinner?"
And
then you went to dinner.
Okay. That was really good.
Thank you.
That was amazing.
I feel like I have a couple, but first thing that comes to mind is my buddy Travis. He lived down the street from me. We bring him up on our podcast
Shout
a lot.
out, Travis.
He had all the games, right? Like any new one that came out or whatever. And the 64 era was big for me. I would just like jet down there on my scooter, and we would sit there, and I would handle the strategy guide, and he would be like playing Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. A lot of like my own like artistic input, or like inspiration for all that kind of stuff. The narrative in Ocarina of Time, the storytelling, like even the characters and stuff like that. Like it's just so rich. And I feel like they've only expanded on that, and I really love that world. That's a big memory for me. I'll do a quick memory for each of these guys.
Our memories?
So I was with you.
When Ari was little, I remember.
So for us, I have a Tears of the Kingdom one. I went over to his house when Tears of the Kingdom launched, and we're both playing it on our own.
God.
Dude, I'm over here. Like
Took
it was
over our
so
life.
fun. Ari's reoccurring bit that was just killing me was he'd do the slow-mo like with an arrow, and he'd be like, "Game." And then shoot the arrow and like totally miss. And then like the worst thing possible would happen to Link next.
Yeah. And then my stamina runs out. I'm just like,
I have some feelings, Colton, about a younger you and a young Travis looking at the guide for Zelda as they play. I play my games guide free at least until completion, but then after that, I'm like, okay.
The funny thing about that is I totally get that. For us, we were like super young. Like this is not a game that like we were like able to process at our age.
I'm like shitting on some kindergartners for using a guide.
Get good, you little.
What are you fucking like? Yeah. So,
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
at the time, the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time guidebook, and I don't think they make them like this anymore, it read in third person. It was reading like a story. So I would sit there and I'd be reading it out to Travis, and I'd be like, so then Link goes down this hall and he's reunited with, you read it out almost like a book.
And so then Link needed to hold B for 5 seconds.
Maybe he tries to pull out his boomerang.
I think one of my fondest memories is like 100% completing Jak and Daxter, which is probably my favorite game. The PS2 used to come with the inserts inside of the case. That one was very detailed. So that one had like a full fold out map. And so I remember getting on the school bus and bringing it with me, and every day going to and from school, like mapping out where I was going to go that day, how I was going to get there. And it had the breakdown of the characters. That's what it was. And I remember every one of those little booklets that came with those games were so detailed. And I miss
when you'd bust it open and it's like a little thicker than normal.
Yep.
You're like,
it had so much info. And I remember they used to be in color, then they were in black and white. Then it was just like a little card, then it was nothing. I remember looking at it every day. Then just 100% completing that game was such a big deal for me.
I always talk about something about the PS2 graphics. If video games stayed looking that way from then till now, I would have zero problems with it.
Not to bring up Kingdom Hearts again, but one of the takes that I've had about Kingdom Hearts 3, I don't know, there was like a charm for me that was lost in like the new era of it, that I was like, man, if they kept some of that, just some of the cartooniness of it, because they just went from cartoon to hyper real, and I was like,
we can get into the big of it all, but it's like mankind's biggest folly is chasing hyper realistic graphics, because it's like having to work under the limitations of like a low polygon count is like what makes games good.
Yeah,
that's why Jak and Daxter is so good. It's the like the stretchiness of like throwing
I was
back and forth.
The thing I remember most about Jak and Daxter that I don't think any game really did to that kind of exaggerated degree was like that squash and stretch of the way their mouths even moved. Everything was so exaggerated and looked just so cool. And the graphics were top of the line for its day, whilst never sacrificing that 60 FPS. I feel like Jak and Daxter was buttery smooth. Metal Gear Solid 2, which wasn't cartoony, but still looked amazing for its time.
Optimization is like what fuels good game design, like being forced to do that. Now when it's like every home computer can be a fucking super jet engine, there's no reasons for
and now
to...
you thought Norman Reedus looked real before. Well, guess what? Norman Reedus looks even more like Norman Reedus.
The bar for like where graphics is in modern era is how realistic Norman Reedus looks in your video game.
I feel like that realism debate kind of pops up a little bit in Final Fantasy as a franchise. Stepped away from that for so long. It's tried to chase this like ARPG stylistic look, And do you guys have a favorite Final Fantasy?
I've never played them. When I got a PS3 for the first time, I spent all my money on the console, so I couldn't afford anything. Everyone talks about they're bawling their eyes out. I got about 20 minutes and I was like, I can't play this. It's so complex. I was like, what's this menu? So I abandoned Final Fantasy 7. I probably shouldn't have. I will say, I bought the which is the one I bought. You came over and I was like,
FF9.
Love the painted backgrounds, love that shit, but like I haven't like gotten too far in it. But I love that style. I was like, I hope all the games are like this.
I got good news for you, Brandon. That was the last of its kind. They completely jumped the shark, went hyper realistic as far as they could.
Cool, very cool.
Yeah, FF9 even went backwards a little in that category, at least, right? Because Final Fantasy VIII was going for the realism thing, at least as far as the PS2 could do it. Oh, or was it PS1? PS1. Then Final Fantasy IX went back to like the fantastical throwback to like miniature looking characters. Final Fantasy IX is my personal favorite, which is why I recommended it to Brandon. I didn't play Final Fantasy growing up, but I had an older brother who was obsessed with JRPGs, so I experienced all of them through him. Final Fantasy IX was the story that I would be like, oh, wait up, don't play until I get home.
I think it's on me. I think I'm just too dumb for those kind of games. I think Super Mario RPG is about as far as my brain can go. I'm like, okay.
I agree. There is like a learning curve for Final Fantasy because it's like very language heavy and like it's very like lore heavy.
D&D almost,
very,
It's very inspired.
But it's like once you unlock the door of JRPGs and you're like, hello, what's behind here? It's Cloud.
Yeah. So we know about Travis, guys. Bless his heart, wherever you are, Travis.
Still not dead. Not dead. It's not
I'm
dead.
wondering if Ari and Andrew have like a place outside of their home that was their kind of video game safe space outside of home. An arcade, a pizzeria, a friend's house.
My cousin Craig, who lived in Connecticut, whenever we would go over for Christmas or the holidays, we hunkered down and got pizza and like spent all night playing video games. So that was like something I look forward to for the holidays. And he had like latest and greatest video games. That was something I like really look forward to every year. Parents were always very upset because they were like, "You just gonna stay up all night and play video games and eat shit?"
Eating shit was really the problem, but
Every time we pick you up from Craig's house, you always have a stomach ache and you're always tired. Holy shit. And I'm like, no, this time's gonna be different. And then every time I'm like, I don't feel so good on the ride home is always really long. Anyway, my cousin Craig's house was great every time I visited my cousin. So
How about you,
that's
Ari?
cool.
Like a lot of the friends I grew up with were obsessed with video games. So we were always playing Halo and like, especially like anything split screen, Mario Kart. We played a lot of GoldenEye as well. The silliest thing we did was we eventually started to understand like M-rated games, and we were like, we want access. So especially Grand Theft Auto. So like I would like swipe my brother's Vice City or San Andreas CD, go to my friend's house who had a PS2. My other friend would bring his little tube TV, and we'd like camp in one of their garages and play this M-rated game off this like little thing. And it would just be like, how long can you like go on a spree for? And then once you like die or get arrested, you swap controllers, waiting for like school to end so we can go and just in our, you can't say goon cave anymore. We would get too into it to where like someone's parents would come home and the garage would open. We'd be like, abort! And like rip the like PlayStation out, grab the TV and just like scuttle out of the like the thing.
Little roaches.
Yeah. This was 2 weeks ago.
Oh, you're 30. You can buy a game.
No, I don't want to get in trouble.
I always, in retrospect, when we have people who work in animation, I'm like, dude, I should have asked this question. I'm curious if there was a video game that really influenced what you do in your career path now.
I'll speak to that a little bit. I feel like for me, so I do storyboarding and directing, but I've always gone into this field just being very animation first. So it took me a minute to find what it was in animation that I would do, but I've always really liked motion a lot. I come from the generation of when Pokemon like started taking over, right? I was like downing the Game Boy games. I had the anime running. We had the cards.
That's a good one.
Like, and I feel like that was like my hyper focus for such a long time as a kid. And I was watching the animation and it was just like feeding me all this inspiration. And I had a daycare lady that she saw that we were obsessed with the cards. And so she would trace the cards on paper, photo scan it, and have us color it in. That was inspiration for me, I think, as a kid to realize, oh, you can look at something and draw it and like learn that way. I remember I would just draw Pokemon all the time on like pieces of paper, like fighting each other and stuff. And it was totally just fed from the games and the anime. And
dude, going off that, I think how Colton and I first connected was I was obsessed with Kirby growing up. All the Kirby, like Game Boy Advance games, Nightmare in Dreamland and Amazing Mirror. Like I played those games back and forth. I would just love the art and I would be like drawing Kirby and stuff. I think this was like 3rd or 4th grade. I would start making my own comics with Kirby. They'd be very just like based off of Calvin and Hobbes. Like I'm pretty much ripping Calvin and Hobbes and just like making it Kirby and Meta Knight. Slice of life. It's not fantastical. It's not like them going on adventures. It's like them as roommates. I started making like my own Kirby OCs. I think that's like how we connected.
One of the first times we met and talked, I was like, holy shit, dude. I also drew Kirby OC and we like shared our OCs. You know, mine was like this one with like an X scar on his forehead.
Yeah,
and like,
mine was like a caveman.
He was just like a caveman. Yeah, pretty silly.
I think I would have never gotten into like storytelling or comics if I didn't make my Kirby OC comics. Who knows? Yeah.
I have a question for you, Ari. Very important. Do you air ride, bro?
That one was always like, I was a little offended by it because I was like, what do you mean? Like, we're driving stars now? Like,
Kirby and Meta Knight are roommates. They're roommates. They live together.
It was one of the split screen games that we could play. And I remember being like, damn, this game fucking rules. Like, once you get a hold of it, because the controls are exceptionally hard in that game. Like, way
Not
too
just
hard.
Mario Kart. Yeah.
I fucks with the air ride a little bit. I wouldn't say massively. massively down.
From a writing side, I'm trying to think of something that was influential. Something like Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball, I think might be something that was
Not the
influential.
first person that's mentioned Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball
are you
as being a
fucking kidding
major
me?
influence.
Two more people in animation, your colleagues, have also brought up Better Live Beach Volleyball in a previous podcast episode.
I saw a fucking commercial for that, and I was like, I want that. I was like,
Mother?
legitimately though, I think from like a writing side, this is a little bit later, but the Batman Arkham series, I think had a huge influence on me in terms of narrative game and storytelling. I'm a huge Batman fan. Seeing that video game and seeing what it did and what video games can do with that character and where it can go was so fucking cool for me. I was like, fuck, it really like changed a lot of things for me. It was so fucking
I
cool.
felt like growing up, superhero video games were all kind of hokey and like a little cheaply made. Some of them were pretty good, but it was like, whoa, they like ground up built this as a good game.
The free flow combat like changed. Now everything is free flow.
Arkham City was great for the like open worldness, but for me and for my money, I'm a big Asylum fan. I just like how controlled that environment was and how it kind of just led you towards the next thing, and just beautiful.
Most people say that Arkham City is their favorite. 100% agree. I think Arkham Asylum, for the reasons that you said, it's the most contained. I think it's the best one.
During my exec days, that was my Thanksgiving game when I would go ride my bike to Nickelodeon, do my job, ride back on my bike down Chandler Avenue, that long bike path, pick up a game. Arkham Asylum was my first one from Redbox. You only have a couple days to play that game because every day that's ticking. They're going to charge you. Pick up a 6-pack, pick up a burrito. I would just stay up. Every year would be my new Thanksgiving game where I'd be like, just me, just games, staying up late, not going to sleep, trying to beat a game before.
It sounds so fun. Yes, I want that right now.
Damn.
It was the best.
I gotta be single.
I know you just got married.
I know you just got married, but that sounds so nice, man.
It was just the best, man. It was like you just had your burritos and you got your takeout, and you're like, I'm gonna punish my body. I'm gonna stay up, drink nonstop. I'm gonna keep playing this game until 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'll wake up and I'll do it again. The best.
So Andrew's writer. And I feel like through our Let's Plays too, because I see Andrew's scripts come through, sometimes I'm like, that's a Couch Kids bit. Or like we created that character on like the podcast, or we created that during a Let's Play. And one of them is on Doki Doki Literature Club. The main character in that game, when we're playing it, Andrew gave him this voice that is so fucking funny and has become our collective personality, where it's this pompous, shitty, like main MC character.
You guys are aware of Doki Doki.
You guys all played that?
On the channel.
We beat it.
We did a Let's Play.
Watch that. So if you guys have played this game, you guys know it very well. You know that poem that she reads like, Eagles fly, da-da-da-da?
Yeah.
I bought this shirt that has
Kind of rips, dude.
It rips. I found a fan shirt. It was like a fan like gamer said they made that comic panels of that poem. I bought it a size too small. Cat. Remember Cat from WoW Pack, Ari?
Dude, we saw this shirt at the studio.
That was my shirt. I was like, it's too small.
Oh my god! Because we were like,
there it
this
is.
a fucking Doki shirt.
I was like, I can't throw this away. It's too damn good. It's too small for me, so I'm gonna appreciate it. Kat took it. I was like, do you know what this is? And she's like, no. I was like, then why'd you pick up that shirt? And she goes, I don't know, look
Beautiful
cool.
poem.
I was like, well,
It's a
all
beautiful poem.
It's a bomb-ass poem.
I think we slam read it.
In my head, I like to pretend that all of the work Andrew gets in writing is just piggybacking off of Ari's Kirby and Meta Knight lore that he's built.
Slowly trying to make this like a real thing. This is the long con of the podcast.
I'm pitching to the network now a brand new animated show. Just two friends who are roommates. Two round fellas.
Man, maybe one of them's a knight. Fucking crazy.
So speaking of kind of Kirby adjacent stuff, I was going to pick your guys' brains about Super Smash Bros. Because, you know, made by Sakurai. Are you guys big Smash players? Do you want another game in the series? Where are you at with it?
All right.
Go ahead, Ray.
If you're asking to run the set, come at me, bro.
I know.
I'm a big Smash Brothers fan myself. I play a lot of Smash. Grew up with it all the way since 64. New one comes out, I'm there.
You're there, yeah.
I love Smash. People just got too damn good at it. Including Ray, like I'm not even having fun anymore. Like Ray just beats my ass every single time. I'm like, I'm not even making this fun for you.
Exactly how I feel.
It used to be a blast, and then people just got too damn good at the game.
I used to be like, I'm pretty good at Smash, right? I'll go to like a Smash Brothers like party. I'll have people just kick my ass relentlessly. People expect me to be better at it, and I'm
There are so many levels to Smash, and I've reached a level, sure. but I've gone to tournaments and it definitely just knocks you right off your cloud. There are people on a whole other level than me. But to speak on the animation industry of it all, Brandon kind of pulled me into this industry. He greenlit, or he was part of greenlighting a show that I wound up composing music for. One of the first things on my mind was like, I know you all play Smash Brothers. Where are they, Brandon?
Animation folk, yeah. There used to be, back in the day, the Kling Street Party. There was an apartment of a couple of our colleagues that would do a video game weekend where they would start it at Friday night and they wouldn't close it until Saturday afternoon. All of our friends, dude, all of our friends, Amber Blade Jones, Caleb Thomas, Natasha, Hannah Yubi, Monty, everyone was coming in, dude. They wouldn't shut it down. It would be a weekend long thing. They would do a giant whiteboard where people could kind of write their social media tags. It was like an animation hub, but they would have Smash going on one screen, Street Fighter on another screen, someone else playing single player on another screen. 72 hours of just nonstop gaming. It was the best.
I don't know if you guys have noticed. I am in my shed that is not yet adorned with lighting materials. And so if you've noticed that gradually over time, my screen has gotten very dark. The sun is actually setting on our podcast. Before we do go and say our goodbyes, me and Brandon like to play a little game of Guess That Song. I've got one locked and loaded if you guys want to try to guess this one.
You got to sing it like KK Slider.
Oh.
You're going to sing it. You got to sing it like
that's how you do it.
Here's mine.
Got it. I got it.
I know the rhythm of it, but I can't put a name to, I'm seeing and feeling a beach in my head. Is that
There are many locales.
Sandy
Beach, a beach, yeah.
Carolina Extreme 2.
I don't.
There's boobs. There's
Andrew, that's just what happens when you close your eyes.
Sorry.
I want to say
All right.
Mario Kart of some
Yeah,
sort.
you got a Mario
Sunshine?
Getting close,
Mario
getting close. How about?
Yeah, it's a Mario game.
Happens immediately after the last song I played you.
Is this Kirby?
I think it's a Mario game, but I don't. I want to say a Mario Kart. I'm thinking either.
Yeah.
I know.
I can see why you go there.
It would fit right in.
Yeah, it's poppy enough.
Yeah, it's Super Mario RPG.
Oh! Love that. Okay.
The battle theme from Super Mario RPG.
To reclaim some clout, right? I think that game features composer Yoko Shimomura. And Yoko Shimomura, famous from Kingdom Hearts. So that was like a Nintendo Square Enix collaboration where they were trying to make a JRPG.
You still got it wrong.
Did I say
clear?
You know everything besides the song.
As you guys have mentioned, coyotes are currently circling around me.
It was an honor to be a part of your final episode.
Hey, Ray, we're gonna miss you, dude.
Big ups to Ray.
Yeah, bless up, Ray.
Yeah, I'm actually unsure if the green screen effect that I apply onto myself to put us in the background that we usually have will work for this episode. But
if you're missing half your face in the shorts, it's okay.
Couch Kids, where can people find you?
Andrew, where can they find us?
Oh, you can find us at Couch Kids Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. And if you also want to reach out to us, you can also find us at couchkidspodcast@gmail.com.
We are on most, if not all, podcast streaming services. we don't do this.
Ari doesn't do this part ever.
I'm not usually the one who does
Holy
this.
shit.
Give him the mic. Give him the mic.
Oh my god, no, continue.
What about Patreon? Ari, you want to try that one?
Talk to the people about Patreon.
So we have a Patreon.
Yeah.
And you can you can give us money on Patreon.
What do they get?
$5. Okay, so
this is crazy.
So there's two tiers on our Patreon. One's $1 and one's $5. I can't do this.
You listen to this every week.
I'm not good at this part though. There's a link out there. There's a link
out there somewhere.
If you can support us on Patreon at the $1 tier or $5 tier.
$5, you get postcard in the mail.
Oh, that's what you get. What else?
Sticker.
And a sticker.
Handwritten letter.
And a handwritten letter.
Extended edition.
Extended edition of our live action bits, and you get
Of your Drunk History Kingdom Hearts, not live action bit.
And then sometimes
I think you're doing great, Ari.
I love it, Ari. I love
Thank
it.
you. You know, to have some support would be lovely.
You listen to this. You've listened to this 95
You've
times.
never given me the responsibility of doing the podcast part.
This is why.
I don't want it. I'm not
This is the
asking
behind the scenes
for it.
BTS.
And when you sign up to our soon-to-come Patreon, you will get the extended
Hooray!
edition of this argument with the Couch Kids.
Wow.
Happy to carry
Great
on.
and natural.
We love it.
Thank you guys so much for
Yeah,
having
thank you
us.
guys so
This was a
much. This
blast.
is so
Thank
much
you.
fun.
Really, really
Thank you
fun,
guys.
man.
Yeah, it's always a good time hanging out with folk that play video games just like us, and we can go down that rabbit hole. I'll bring a candle for the next one, but
Next segment.
I was gonna say good luck. I don't know.
oh no, it's the blood moon.
Yeah.
All right, gang. Thanks again, doppelgangers. We will see you on the next one. Couch Kids, thanks for hanging out. Peace out.
See ya.
Hey everybody, it's Ray here. Just wanted to thank you for tuning into the Dire Pass Level podcast. If you want to hang out and join us for the next episode, make sure to like and subscribe. That way you're notified when our next episode releases. If you really, really, really liked it, you'd do us a solid if you left us a review. Reviews are a great way to spread the word about our podcast, and the more gamers to share these stories with, the better. All right, we'll see you next week. Have a good one. There we go.